Hi everyone. So today we are going to learn how to create database for Airtable. I think that is very crucial how we set up a database. First, I'll try and show like what other AI tools are suggesting us. Since these are AI days, we're going to see what AI suggesting us to create a database for Airtable. So I'm sharing my screen, and I think I'm so sorry. I thought I'm in a meeting, but I'm already sharing my screen. So let's go to Chat GPT first, and I think I'm not going to log in. Chat GPT, I'll ask them offline. Yeah, just keep my hair. Yep, yep, and I'll stay log out, and I'll say, can you suggest me? Can you suggest me? How should I? How should I keep? How should I? How should I create? Say, actually, just leave it. Let's create a simple prompt. Create a database to build a table clone in Google.I. Cool. That's it. So now we'll see what it will say. So core concept, let's say before creating a database, let's diagram a table consists of user, workspace, base, table, field, record, cell value. That's right. So user, it says, I think it says uh, email type, name, text, and bases will be list of bases. And a base, I think it's by base, it says workspace. I think a project, a collaboration of tables, collection of tables. Okay, base, it says table. Okay, base it says database and table. It's individual table. Field is inside the table. Record it's like creating a record like cell values, right? And cell value. So what it does, it's it has six data types right now. One is user data type. One is base data type. One is table data type. One is field data type. One is a record data type for row. And then we need to add a cell value, right? Cell by cell value, I meant uh, let's suppose like if we have a short text in every field type, like it will be a record type, right? What record type it is, like it's a single text, it's a multi-text. So it's basically it's a good version. Would you like a bubble exportable JSON schema or simple page? Let's ask, give us a JSON schema to download at least. If it can, let's try. I think, but I don't want to download this one, but I understood what they're trying to say. But is this solution? Is this solution scalable? Great question. Flexible data model. The schema makes scalable flexibility by using generic field records and values. Decoupling, scalability limitations. Um, For example, a table with 10 fields and 1,000 records needs 10,000 reads to render all cell values. Lack of native relational joins. Origin of twice was SQL style joins, while you can simulate them using do a search for constraint. They become slow as volume increases. Limited background processing. Our workflows, especially on free or lower tier plans, are not as efficient for bulk operations. Example, editing 1,000 records at once. That's true. I think if you want to, so I think so. Airtable has a feature which says Let's suppose if you want to edit a row, right? I think I'll show you Airtable right now. This one, yeah. So if you guys see that it says, I think, so insert left and insert right, right? It's quite dynamic in nature, right? Insert left. So when we are going to insert left, then I think it's a problem because in bubble we can't override the records, right? Because we have to give some number as field. Like let's suppose this field is we have given number one, and this is number two, this is number three, this is number four, this is number five, this is number six, right? And we'll add a left, then we need to give this number a six, and then it replace it to seven, and after that every other column we'll need to replace it. So I think replacing column headers will be fine because usually column headers must be in limited numbers, probably say 100 max to max, 200 max to max. I haven't seen anyone using in the scale of 1,000 column headers. That's a huge, right? So what I think is, but if you talk about rows, we talk about records, right? You have multiple records. If you see in my this sheet, I already have 100 records. It's a very small sheet, right? But if you have a large chunk of data, then I would say like it'll be huge. I think it can't edit like say 10,000 records, can't edit 50,000 records, right? So that's the limitation, right? I think in that case, Chat GPT is saying absolutely right that these scalable like operations we can't do. So what we can do, we can create according to our customization, what our needs is. I don't think so. If you think you want to insert left or insert right, use this. Then I would advise. I don't think so. It's feasible. So use it. Simple as that. There is no point. Building this thing and where you utilize a lot of workloads, but yes, if you can do some custom codes and some scripting, and probably you're good to go. So that's up to you what your customization skills are, what you're looking at. So basically the it's whole point was creating a database for Airtable. Right now, what it does, I think I should open my Miro code. Let's create an account first. Let me small this. Yeah, this one. And I think I would need sign up for free. Let's sign up with Google. Swap. You can download the contacts. Your message directory. I don't want to download it my contacts. I just want to use Miro. Why would I give access for my contacts to Miro? Probably they need to broadcast or something. But anyways, I haven't gave them the access to my contact list. So now I think let's start with a blank board. So this tutorial will be a good use case for your data modeling. If you want to set up your database, this tutorial is the one. And also, if anyone watching this tutorial and who has expertise in different database, Then guys, I'm sorry if I am saying something wrong because I have only familiarity with Bubbles database. So I can only talk about Bubbles database, what we can do, what we can't. So I don't think so like I'll be able to comment on other database. But in a general way, what AI is saying that let's create user base table, and I think that's six data types, right? So let's I think let's create some shapes, right? And I think this one I'll just keep this one, and I'll say this is user data type. I'll just copy this one. Imagine this is user data type, and I would say this is what for base. I think base I refer as database, that user will create database for them, and then database will have multiple tables, right? Inside database, you will have probably say, let's create this one, table one, let's say table two, and I'll add, and let's say table three. So now I'll just let's say table one and table two, and then probably table three. That's the database, right? So I'll just connect this one, I'll just connect this one, and this all will go to where this will go to this database, this all connected with this database, and then this, and then user will be connected to this database, right? That's the flow will follow, correct? And I just keep it like center so that I can see. Now, what happens is now every table will have separate rows, right? Let's suppose I would say records. So every table will have records. So probably this table has count, say I would say count, say 1,000 records, right? And sorry, this table count is I would say 10,000, and then I on the third table I have a count of say 10,000, 1,000, and this one I have 5,000 records, right? So this table, this record belongs to this one, and this table records to this one, right? And then table three records belongs to this one, right? So right now, assuming we have, say, I would say in my, I'll say, I think I'll create a user persona right now. Give me a second. Let me say user. I would say user car. I would say people. Yeah, I think I'll choose this one. Sorry, my phone just what. So I think I'm not looking for this one. I think I'm going to delete. I want to use kind of icon. I don't know. Uh, no, probably a shape. I don't think so. Let's use this shape. Let's call it and let's color it also. And I think this one I choose this one. So background color. I would say this is, yeah. I say users, right? Let's create a user and then just copy for the reference purposes. So let's assume that this users in our user data type, and I would say now we have a total count. I'll just copy this one and I'll create here, and I'll say now in our app is we have a data type called users, right? And in our app user count, say I have let's say 5,000 users in my app, right? Now every 5,000 user will have their database, right? I think 5,000 will be a very big example. Let's talk about very small chunk of people, say 500. Let's say I have a users using my app that's 500, and these 500 using database. So every user will have database. So that means if users are say 500, then database are also going to be 500, right? Plus, they can be multiple database, right? Also, they can create multiple database. Like if I'm being a user, I have ability to create another database. So maybe I'll create a database. Say this. I'll create another database for me, and this user is, let's suppose, this user will have two data types, right? Sorry, this one, and now I'll say we have this one also. So now there can be multiple instances where we can, have multiple database, and then similarly with tables. So imagine if we'll create only one data type, right? So according to Chat GPT, it says user base table field row and cell value, that all should have one data type. Now imagine all of these people. Give me a second. Where is my screen? I just lost my screen. Here. Now imagine all of these users will be using our app, and will have these data types. Like I think I need to um, I think label it also. I would say this is one data type, and let's say I say I would say this is one, right? Let's copy this one, and I will say this is my second data type, right? And I will say this is my third data type, right? I just simply copy this one. So this is my fourth data type, right? And so in one table I have this much records. So and there is a field, right? Field is like, okay, field is like will be used as column definition, it says. So there will be another data type which will be fields. Okay. So if this has 1,000 records, then I'm sure there will be a limited number of columns also, right? I would say columns, which can be easy to understand. So it has like uh, 20, and this one has say let's say that this one has 30, and just copy and paste. And this one has, I would say, this table has 50, right? Uh, so So currently it's very small number of columns, right? Comparing to records. So record here, I think I would refer as a row also, so that user can understand what I'm trying to say right now. And sixth will be, I think sixth will be our cell value, right? I just This is the cell. I just This one. I say six will be our cell value, right? I'm not defining any number right now, how many cells we have. So, but I can drive the value. So considering this table, so if for this table has 1,000 records, and I have a 20 column, then cell value I must store somewhere around say 20 into 1,000. That's going to be 20,000, right? If I'm correct, I think there will be 1,000, and then each row will have 20 records. Then 20 into 1,000, that'll be 20,000, right? Similarly, here it'll go beyond. Then I think I need to store these many values. I think these be say 10,000, and say I would say 30. Then that'll be like 10,000, 30, I think 300,000, right? Or probably 3 lakh if I talk about in Indian way. So that's, and here it is going to be 250,000. I think, am I making a mistake? Let me just calculate it. That will be like super easy. 1,000 into say 20, that will be 20,000, right? And then we have 10,000 into 30. That will have 3 lakh, okay? And now we'll have 5,000 into 50. That will have 2 lakh 50,000 cell values, right? Yeah, that many cell values we need to store, right? Correct. So look at the rows we are going to create in these data types, and like every time. So this now we have 500 users, right? And if all users are going to, let's say I will add a card, and I'll give a little, say, color that is going to be a little kind of a bit this one, I would say, and let's say this one. I'll choose this one again. All 500 of them are doing like, uh, data fetching, from these data types simultaneous. Why am I spelling this right? Simultaneously, yeah, data fetching from these data types simultaneously within probably within same number of time. Problem. Let's talk about problem here. Problem is going to uh, data fetching, right? Because every user, I'm sure, like you'll have say privacy policies, say privacy settings applicable, where every user can only fetch data from their table. That's like common sense, right? But now imagine our database has only these six type of database. Even if we give them a unique identifier for a user, and then we'll search it from, then again, search and this is only belongs to one user, right? I have not created this for multiple users. So every time a user will call, it will stress our database, because every time we are going to call the same database again and again, again and again, again and again. It's like you, right? Let's suppose uh, let's memorize this, and it's like I would say text, and I would choose this one, say right quite bigger, and I say that's you, right? That's you. That's you right now, and you are working on, say, probably these many tasks. This is your task one, right? And this is your task. This is your task two, correct? And then this is your task three. Will you do? My question will be here. This one. This is, yeah. Will you do task combine? So will you do these tasks combining? Like I'm not, I'm sure like you won't do this, right? You do task combine. I am not sure like I've written the right English or not. But anyways, I hope you all understand what I'm trying to say. That you can't do three tasks at once, right? Uh, you need to do it one by one, right? So similarly, our database will be at stress when we will create this kind of data type, right? So so right now what we'll do, we'll create a data type in other way where this data type won't get any stress, where people can call it and we can optimize it. We can save our API calls to database, and we can optimize, customize in a better way so that whenever we are trying to do data fetch, then there won't be any problem. Also, saving database, right? There won't be any issue, and plus page load, I would say. Every time we'll have a long chunk of data, or probably large chunk of data, then fetching and probably loading them will be headache for all of us. So I would say this is not a right answer to create this type of database. But for for the tutorial, I think I would choose this one only because I want to uh, I show you two three methods uh, actually how to create a data type for this Airtable, right? So in this tutorial that's we are doing, I think that's just me. So in this tutorial, that's what we are doing. We are trying to, create a robust system where we can use this database in a customized way, and that user can fetch and can optimize it in a better way, because this is not the right data suggestion by ChatGPT. I totally reject it. But yes, it's good for that buzzword. Let's say vibe coding. That's right. So let's, I think let's just follow, just buy this paid, paid tutorial, or probably say paid course for you, and just buy this paid course. That's what I can say, and you'll get to know what kind of database we are using and how we are optimizing it. So uh, that's it. Thank you.